Hi Gemini, welcome to today's reading. Pick a comfy spot, grab a nice warm drink, and let's see what the universe wants to tell you. So today we're going to be doing a future self spread. So we're going to kind of pull five piles. We're going to use the Energy Oracle deck, the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot deck, and then the Pocket Witches Modern Witch Tarot deck, sorry. So the five cards we're going to be pulling are: who are you now? Who will you be in the future? Something you should spend less energy on. Something you should spend more energy on. And what does your future self want you to know? Okay, let's get into this, Gemini. All right. So who are you now? Door to personal healing and happiness. So you're on a journey. You're on your way is where you are now, or who you are now. You're on your way to, I'm getting a lot of like spiritual and inner work with this. Okay. Yeah, this reading is really about your spirituality, your emotions, and your connection to yourself. So you're on your journey towards personal healing and happiness. So then for who you will be in the future, we have adjacent possibilities. So I think that hasn't really been determined yet, to be honest. I think that some doors are going to open up for you in the future, and you're going to have to make a choice as to, which door you want to take, which is a great place to be if you ask me. Because I'd rather have, too many options than not enough, right? Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Okay, and then for the something you need to spend less energy on, you got walking away. So you don't have to worry so much about the things that you leave behind. Whatever's in the past is in the past for a reason. For something you should spend more energy on, the world. So the cycles. You're coming to the end of a cycle. You just focus on that, okay? And then for the what does your future self want you to know, you got rest and rejuvenation. So you're going to be able to take a nice deep breath after all of this is done, okay? Okay. So, oh my goodness, can't pick that up. There we go. I'm going to pull 3 cards for each of these piles, and then we'll kind of delve deeper into each of them, okay? Okay, so for the first pile, for who you are now, you have, again, the door to personal healing and happiness. And I didn't even see that. There's 2 cards here. I thought it was just one. Oh, so this one is like hidden underneath of this. So the door to personal healing and happiness, and you got the world, which is accomplishment, celebration, and completion. But then hiding underneath of it is the 5 of Cups, which is crazy. So underneath where this cycle is coming to, like, something, the world. You have the world twice. That's where you're at in your life right now. And I think a lot of people are there right now. A lot of the world goes through like these 7 or 8 year cycles, and a lot of people are in there, are switching right now. They're completing one and moving on to the next thing, which is honestly amazing for the planet as a whole, but it can be rough for each individual, right? So I wouldn't worry too much about it. It all looks pretty good. But me saying that is just me saying that. I can't make you not feel the 5 of Cups. I can't make you not feel disappointed in some way or regretful, right? So for some of you, I think that you have been growing as a person, as a human for a long time. And I think that some of the people in your life no longer align with where you're going. And that's kind of what's going on right now. The King of Wands is great. He's passionate. He's got a lot of energy. He's a king. The kings tend to be good. But at the end of the day, the King of Wands can be extremely stubborn and not that open-minded. Very passionate, but not that open-minded. And so I think that there's someone around you who is not very open-minded, but you are being called somewhere that maybe they're not capable of going. Okay? So for the who will you be in the future? So we got adjacent possibilities, justice, the 5 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles. So in the future, I think you're going to be somebody who is more than capable of standing up for yourself, more than capable of doing things by yourself, for yourself. You're going to realize that you don't need anything from anybody, and that if you're being called, for some of you, this is spiritual. So wherever you're being called spiritually, whether this is an organized religion, a personal spiritual path, if you're called to do tarot or Reiki or whatever, wherever you're being called, you got to answer that call. You have to. You owe it to yourself. And if somebody can't come with you, then they can't come with you. There will be new things on that path. Not everyone's meant for every single part of our lives. But in the future here, I think you're going to be capable of speaking up for yourself and getting what you want for yourself without having to depend on anybody, which is really a nice energy. Okay, so there's something you should spend less energy on. So we got walking away. Then we have the Queen of Cups, the 8 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. So the thing that you need to spend less energy on this is so interesting. This Queen of Water card says, in this deck it's called Queen of Water. It's the Queen of Cups. And in this deck, under each card, it has 3 little keywords. And most of it aligns with the traditional tarot, but a few of them are a little bit different. And it's really interesting. This one says psychic. So if you are being called to do something, you need to spend way less time walking away. Like, just walk away from the things that are not aligned with where you're going. Don't worry about it so much. You're not going to feel, this is the thing, I think. A lot of the times in life when we have to do something, the way we think about it and what we think about it, how much we overthink about it, is often way worse than just ripping off the Band-Aid. Like, think about sitting, like children, when you're like, I'm going to, take your Band-Aid off. They're like, no, it's going to be so bad. And sometimes we'll even like scream and cry, and you know what I mean? And like, sometimes you can just rip the Band-Aid off during the middle of that. And it's like, look, I already ripped it off. It's fine. You're going to live. And even if they, you know what I mean? Like, even if you do wait and rip it off while they're paying attention, 9.9 times out of 10, you're going to be like, hey, was that as bad as you thought it was going to be? And they're like, no, because it's never as bad as you're thinking it's going to be. So whatever it is that you need to walk away from to come into this new chapter of your life, you overthinking it is way worse than what it's actually going to be. Okay? You're going to be totally fine. You're going to be absolutely totally fine. As long as you're true to yourself and your path, you're going to be fine. Spirit always has your back, okay? If you're following your North Star, your intuition, the universe will make a way for you. Okay, so something you should spend more energy on. So that is, the world and the King of Earth, which is the King of Pentacles, says prosperous, generous, successful. You need to worry about you. You need to worry about you, what cycle is beginning for you, what cycle is ending for you, and where you're going in your life. You need to just worry about you. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. If you're being called to do something, like if you are psychic and you want to develop that ability, or whether it's tarot or Reiki, or I don't know, you want to be a cult leader or what, I wouldn't recommend it. But whatever this is for you that you're being called to do, go do it. The world needs you. The world needs your light, your energy, your message. The world needs it. Okay? Yeah. The world needs, you're into it. Okay, so you got the Moon, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. You know. Your intuition has been telling you for a long time that you have something to share with the world. And I think it's time that you start doing that, because it's only going to bring you abundance. Okay? And like I said, it's never ripping the Band-Aid off, is starting something, ending something, changing something. Are the swords. What we think is always usually way worse than how bad it actually is. Change is uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable for everybody. Even the best changes are uncomfortable. But it's usually, you way overthink it. It's not usually near as bad as you think it's going to be. So what does your future self want you to know with the rest and rejuvenation and the Four of Cups? Let's see. Your future self wants you to know exactly what I already told you. Okay? The only thing standing in your way is yourself. Okay? The only thing standing in your way from High Priestess and Knight Nine of Pentacles is the Nine of Swords, Four of Cups. And if you know tarot, you know that the Nine of Swords is anxiety and overthinking. And the Four of Cups is just not being, able to make a decision, not being satisfied with what you have. So the only thing standing in your way from the High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles is you. You don't have to worry about it. There's nothing to worry about. It's so funny that humans just worry themselves sick about everything. And it's like, if we could just take away that one piece of how humans operate, I don't know. The entire world would just be such a magical place, because everyone would just do, no one would be afraid to follow their dreams. Nobody would be afraid to, go do whatever it is that makes them happy. And that's how we should live. So don't worry. Keep following your intuition, follow where spirit is guiding you, okay? Not everybody and not everything can come with you, and that's okay. Okay, Gemini? Okay, so before we go, we are going to pull a self-care card and a mantra card. So the self-care card is something you can do for yourself this week for a little self-care, to show yourself a little bit of love. Okay, what is Gemini's self-care for this week? Make an altar. Okay, this is an amazing card to have come out with this one. This is the only this is the only reading I've done so far that really had to do with spirituality and your spiritual path. Make an altar. It doesn't have, I wouldn't spend too much time online researching, what's an altar? What do you have to put in an altar? Because you're going to find an overabundance of information. You know what? Your altar does not have to be big. Your altar is just somewhere that you can go to give gratitude to the universe, to do your meditation, to pray, to do whatever it is that you do with your spirituality. It doesn't have to be a big space. It doesn't have to have all kinds of fancy things on it. It doesn't. It just has to have, a few things that help you connect to your spirituality. Okay? So make yourself an altar this week. I absolutely adore that card came out for you. Okay, last card is going to be the mantra card. So this is something that you can, excuse me, remind yourself of throughout the week to keep yourself going in the right direction. So Gemini's mantra for the week. Oh, something came out. I think it was more than one. Let's see. No, it was just one. Okay, so on this side it has a message, and then we have our mantra on the back. Stay away from negative people. They have a problem with every solution. My social circle is influencing my life in a positive way. That's your mantra for the week. So like I said, not everybody can come with you where you're going, and that is okay. That's more than okay. I'm really getting the vibe off of this, that some of you may have a best friend or a friend group or something like that, where the favorite thing to do is to complain about what's not right in their life, how whatever is around them is not good enough. And although it is amazing to have people that we feel safe to do that with, some people become, I don't know if addicted is the right word, but it seems like it's just the popular thing to do nowadays, is for everybody to be outbidding each other and like who has it the worst, and like no, like being happy with what you have isn't popular right now. And if you're surrounded by people like that, it's really hard to not connect with energy that you're surrounded by a lot of the time. Okay? So we only surround ourselves with people who are positive. Okay? And one more time before we go, your mantra is, my social circle is influencing my life in a positive way. Okay, Gemini? So that's what I have for you today. I hope this reading has been insightful. Until next time, remember, you are smart, kind, beautiful, and brave. Bye, my friend.